Algebra 1, we are looking at Lab 9. This corresponds to Lesson 97. I would actually look at Lesson 97 first and then look at this lab. It'll make a little bit more sense. But if you want to follow along, we are on page 645, and I'll start reading here about graphing linear inequalities. So linear inequalities in two variables can be graphed by hand or with a graphing calculator. Begin by following the process used to graph a linear equation, then change the setting to shade the region of the coordinate system that makes the inequality true. So it says graph the solution set of the inequality y is greater than 2x minus 7. Now this is a little bit different than graphing in just one variable, because on that we're on a number line, but with two variables we are on a coordinate plane. So just like we would normally do to graph a line, I'm going to go to y equals, and then plug in our equation, 2x minus 7. But right now it's just an equation, so that when we do zoom 6, I just see a line. But we need more than that. We need an actual shading on one side or the other to actually show all of those solution sets that we could have for this linear inequality. Because I have infinite, a ton of them, because I am either greater than or less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So we need to change that equal sign. But in this mode that we have right now, that's pretty difficult to do, but our calculator has a specific inequality mode that we can go into. And that's by doing apps and going to number 7, inequal-z. And it actually restarts your calculator here to go into this new mode so that I can actually change that equal sign. It looks the same, but now I have the ability to go over to this, so it's actually highlighting over the entire equation here. And I can change now that equal sign to a greater than sign. I have all of the different options, but I want greater than. Then I'll go down to OK. And now I've changed that equal sign to a greater than sign, so that when I do zoom 6, I actually see the shaded region. Same line that you see, but now it's a dashed line since it's just a greater than symbol, not greater than or equal to. And we have this shading because all of these points actually make the inequality true. Okay, now your book says a little bit differently as far as how to go about this. With this newer calculator, you can go into another app and actually make this a little bit easier. So let's just try one more. Let's say that we have 3x plus 5. Y is greater than or equal to 3x plus 5. So we go back here, we can change this and say 3x plus 5. And instead of greater than, I want greater than or equal to. So I'm going to go back over here, press enter, and then go ahead and change this to greater than or equal to. Press OK. And then now I can do zoom 6 to graph this. Looks similar, but now we have a solid line since it's equal to that line, and we have that shading. So let's try another one, but keeping this on here. So I'm going to go down and put in a new function. Let's say I have a negative 2x plus 1, let's say, and I want to be, let's say, less than. Okay, so I go ahead and I change this to a less than symbol and press OK. Now when I graph these, I should see two different lines with two different shadings, and we now have a system of linear inequalities, not just linear equations, not just two lines, but linear inequalities. I'm not looking for just one solution. I am looking actually in this entire region that is shaded by both of them would be a solution to both of the inequalities. Okay, kind of fun to do. It's really easy to do on your calculator. All right, now when you are done, there's one last step that you need to do. Don't leave it in this mode for the next person that picks up the calculator. So go to apps again, press number 7 again, inequal-z, and then number 2, quit inequality graphing. That will get you back to your regular mode and you're ready to start anything else that you need to do with your calculator. All right, well, I hope this helps with your lab number 9.